Oh, ribs.
Fuck.
God damn it.
So, on your recent journey to the Tanzan wilds, you came across a stranded caravan and a suspicious man, which led to an ambush by reavers, rapt-mounted raiders, effectively. The Hammer Strike and Talali quickly overcame them, but then the Hounds of Banzala arrived, taking the souls of the dead and some of the living. These terrifying black-furred spectral wolves with golden skulls are known to hunt the wicked. You discovered a body hidden in the bushes by the roadside, which turned out to be the original cart driver killed by the Reaver Pack. The man you encountered was actually one of the Reavers disguised as him. And using the Speak with Dead spell, you learned that his name was Huitzil, and you promised to sell his goods and give the profits to his wife, Amiali, in the Zima district of Tektahos. You left the last surviving Reaver for the authorities to handle and continued into the Tanzan wilds. Vladimir felt particularly at home here, behind the massive trees and vines like she did in her native Ebonwood forest. She raced Talali to the canopy, where Talali found the first campsite for the night in the Tanzan wilds. And Liska, Gronka, and Bajar gathered supplies after making camp. Venom and Liska bonded with Vladimir. Later around the fire, you discovered the remnants of, or rather, you discussed the remnants of parchments found in the tomb of the Dragon Rider. These remnants detailed a powerful, modified true resurrection spell designed to be effective beyond its usual time limit and to make the resurrected entity more compliant, though at the cost of rising as an undead instead of a fully living being. You pondered the implications of this discovery. But the next day, you came across a roadside shrine to Banzala, the ferryman. After Talali spoke in her native tongue to a decorated skull on the shrine's altar, the shrine became animated, raising a spectral entity that possessed the skull and surrounding bones, forming a shambling skeleton. Soul-bound figure. The spirit of an old woman named Zilonen introduced herself as the shrine's guardian. She invited you to stay for the night, offering protection in exchange for stories of your travels. It also hinted that she might have additional information about the jungle if you shared your experiences with her. So, let's go ahead and bring you back in. So, here we go. The skeletal figure creaks its head around as you gather around the campfire, and she looks expectantly.
The night is still beyond us, and you look like you've seen and experienced quite a few interesting things in your time. These old bones might not have ears no longer, but this old mind retained much throughout the years.
She kind of taps her skull with a hollow clack, radiant blue glow emanating from within in response.
I'd like to add your tales to this collection, and thus to the shrine itself. I don't know much about your travels before here. What quests or challenges you faced? What hopes and dreams drive you forward? Your experiences, your triumphs, struggles. By entering these jungles, they'll be a part of the living tapestry of this land. By sharing your story, you honor the spirits who watch over this shrine. Contribute to the legacy of those that came before you. So tell me, what be your stories?
Already said much. I let someone else have it.
You're a little quiet, Spice.
Oh, Dejar said basically she said much, too much already, so let someone else have a turn.
And both guys munching away on snacks.
I'm not sure if I would say anything or tell the story here.
Too spooky.
Just nervous.
Yeah, fair. Does it have to be a story that we personally have done, or can it just be any story?
Don't tell those stories with a personal touch. They'd be far more interesting. Well, now, don't be shy.
I'm thinking out of character. I know I've already done a story, but the silence is suffocating.
If you
I'm trying
have
to think
something,
if
go
I'm
for
trying
it.
to think if I have a story I can tell.
So Liska is going to
Yeah. Sick.
finish up the food that she was idly munching when they walked up to this site. So, in the domain of torment, which I am from, there is I do not know if there is something similar in this land you have, but there are ranks within the military, and I was what is known as a legionnaire. And as legionnaire, you were supposed to help guide the lower rank and newer individuals in the legion into becoming better soldiers. And as such, there is these things known as competitions, military drills, where you go and you have your legion fight against another legion, even potentially having smaller little mock battles like company against company. And my brother and I were part of the Dragon Legion, the Dragon Company. And we were facing one known as the Phoenix Company, led by two people, total assholes, but good at what they did. So, we're in the middle of maneuvers. We have a couple of mock battles. It's going back and forth side by side. And we get to a point where the final culmination of kind of it was a, how you say in Triton, is sort of a marathon where you had under full gear and regalia, you had to march and cover distance quickest. And it was supposed to, the end line was a small little oasis, a small little very nice kind of pond in the middle of the sulfur wastes. And we get there about the same time. And there's a lot of back and forth. The individual who is overseeing all of it was like, you look like you're kind of tired. Perhaps you should have competition of martial merit. And so, in that situation, we had both companies get into the oasis and we had a water battle. And there was a bunch of people fighting, struggling in the water. And at the very end, it came down to myself, my brother, and the other two leaders of the Phoenix. And so, as of course demands it, you have to pretty much give it your all. You sit there with a lot of fighting back and forth, and my brother, they managed to double team him, they get him taken out, and they're fighting me, and they're dragging me up. Because, I might be big, I might be strong, but fighting two mountain folk can be disadvantageous. And so we are in there in the water, they are dragging me up, and right when they're about to get me to shore, which is once you're out of the water, it's King. They call it the Emperor of the Hill. Have y'all heard that game? Where you're supposed to whoever maintains inside a certain proximity of a point is the winner.
Gilliman
so-
kind of scratches her scalp for a moment, kind of thinking back to the centuries of knowledge and information that she's stored away in there.
It's fine if you don't understand. It is something that happens in Torment.
There was one torment legionnaire that came by here a few centuries back. I remember his name. He did mention some of the games that they played back then.
Interesting.
We don't have.
But we're sitting there, they're dragging me out. I'm about to go, and then I was like, you know what? In Torment, in battle, there is only survival. And when you're being dueled and teamed up by two people, and you're getting dragged out and you're about to, quote unquote, die, you have to improvise. You have to adapt and overcome. And so, right when I'm going, they're about to drag me out, I go wham wham, and right in the bracas, and she makes a motion to her groin. It's like I took them out, like right then and there, and then I got to pick them up by the back of their scruffs and drag them out and throw them onto the shore. And the dragon company came out victorious.
So victory was achieved by
and you sort of
Liska motions like she motions like punching low in the air.
there's this raucous chuckle that sort of rattles up from her bones.
any such unconventional tactics. I have not had a laugh like that in years.
You see her eyes kind of flicker out towards you.
No, there be some similarities between this torment of yours and some of the warrior castes here in Tanzania, especially those that revere Taos.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again?
She said that there's some similarities between this torment of yours and the warrior castes of Tanzania, especially those that revere Taos.
Okay. Like, what does Taos? What does he do?
That was be done here, noble sacrifices. It's this king's law. You be the first of the living gods. You be at the throne of Taros that many of his most elite warriors participate in blood games. Be there. Be in the Trojan jungle. That they set up competitions with each other. Refine their weapons, refine their tactics. I see a lot of them reflected in the Dominion of Torment.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. We do not, we do not have gods per se, though we do have great spirits that we commune with.
Her eyes kind of flicker out towards you, expectantly, as if she seems curious at that.
Lucia's gonna pull out the little amulet she has before. Gonna hold it up to the light. This is Bor, bear spirits, spirit of protection and defending that which you care about. Oh, she's making a real change.
Think I heard of the Pantheon of the Wild. There was one traveler, one adventurer, who came by here 2 decades ago. Vaskan, I think it was. Far from here. And be a bold warrior. Someone who once did take to raiding the shores of the neighboring mainland, but has since renounced his ways. Don't know where he be now. He will be a proud follower of their spirit. And that's his meeting with me. That's when he told me about the Pantheon. I see many adventurers in my time. And the bravery of the Nida is through the shrine. You know, one story that stands out is a group much like yours. Very banded, vibrant heroes, united by a command to retrieve a powerful artifact that had been stolen from their homeland. They arrived at the shrine, weary and wounded from their journey. The leader, a fierce and noble paladin, shared their quest. Apparently, they were searching for a sacred relic would heal the sick and purify their distant land. Land they called, what was it?
She kind of thinks to herself as she snaps her bony fingers, trying to recall the name.
The
Commonwealth?
land of the broken sun, that was it.
Oh,
Apparently, this artifact had been taken by a malevolent sorcerer who sought to use its power for his own dark purposes. The adventurers rested here, gathered their strength, and planned their next move. And they shared their stories with me. To see the determination in their eyes. And they knew the path ahead was fraught with danger. But they were resolved to succeed. They told me of what they'd found in their travels in the jungle. They discovered an ancient ruin deep within it, and is said to be guarded by powerful constructs. Contained the key to the inner sanctum of some faraway temple. They told me its location at a great fork in the Tanzan River, hidden beneath a row of a large waterfall. Sadly, they were unable to progress. One of their members had fallen into the captain's ruin. And this apprentice was the former student of the sorcerer they pursued. And they brought him here to meet her revive him. With heavy hearts, they left the ruins and continued their pursuit of the sorcerer. They did face many trials, but their courage sought their courage and unity sought them through. They eventually confronted the sorcerer, reclaimed the artifact, and then they said they would return to their homelands. And only hope that they succeeded in their course.
And looks you all for a moment.
did you say that it was the ruins were at a fork in the river, like where there was a waterfall at the fork, or what was?
I don't quite remember the specifics. We think it was a fork in the river where one of those forks led to a waterfall.
Okay.
But suppose you're not here for the stories of some old vagabonds. You want knowledge of the jungle itself. You want knowledge of the dangers, locations, as have many before you.
Yes.
That sounds right. But before that, has anybody not told a story? He just kind of looks around to the group.
Hold on, let me just... He's tapping, finishing away, chiseling. Okay. What?
I think you're fine. Has
Sorry, I
anybody
get
else?
lost in my work.
No, it's okay. Is anybody else not told a story? Or given something? Gronka?
I guess I haven't.
He leans in close, leans in forward towards you, Grunker. She seems very, very interested in you. Gather she's not seen anything quite like you before.
Alright. Grunka does that thing where he's like like he doesn't quite wanna like fully look on her. He does that thing. He does that thing where he like kind of looks a bit looks a bit to the side, and you can see like a little crescent of white at the side of his eye. He looks a little bit nervous. Like
Like the scared dogs.
I mean, like this image I posted. Yeah, but yeah, basically.
I've got
And,
to tell you later.
Yeah, and I'm also mumbling a bit. He's just gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess I can.
Oh, you're also still a block on the stream.
I was literally gobbling yesterday.
There you go.
Alright, so I guess I could tell the story when a time I got lost down in the deep caves. So I was off with some people doing some I was just picking some stuff, like, you know, some mushrooms and other plants, and there was suddenly a cave in, and I got separated from all the other pickers, I guess you could call them, and it was pretty scary. I wasn't really that old, you know. It's probably like, I don't know, 5, 6, something like that. And I was very I didn't really know what to do, so because I hadn't really been on my own before. But I could swear, but when I was sitting there, and, you know, I was just, you know, being sad, being scared, and I swear I had this thing where it felt like something was watching me, you know. You get that feeling sometimes, but it didn't feel like it was in like a scary way, like it was some beast or monster or something that was looking at me. It felt comforting, you know. So I kind of got up and looked around and decided to, you know, wasn't really any use in just sitting there. So I tried to find my way back, and I didn't really know where I was going, but it felt like I knew where I was going. It felt like every turn I took and every crossroad I went to just felt it felt like someone was, like, you know, just like showing me, like, you know, just kind of telling me, like, this is the way. And there was also a lot of, I don't know, it felt strange. It was like the caves themselves were kind of guiding me home. But then, and I got to this large cave that had this there was this large, I don't really know what it was. I probably would recognize it now, but back then I had no idea, and it kind of, it's kind of blurry. It was something. It was like some beast or something that didn't really like me being there. But I tried to sneak by it, but it didn't really go that well. So it ended up chasing me, and I managed to. I was just running in like a, a bit of a panic. I was scared, and then I ended up with this large hole in the ground. It's kind of like some weird pit, and I managed to jump across, and barely managed to grab the edge, but whatever was behind me didn't, and fell down. And I didn't know what it was at the time, but I was told later on it was something we call a dödskittel, which anything that ends up in there just never comes back out. I can't really, I don't really know why, but I'm not really, I guess I just never really wanted to figure it out, but I managed to survive that encounter. And then after that I don't know. I felt standing there just checking. I just felt I should have been more scared, but I felt that like something was, again, something was watching me, and it just felt kind of comfortable, I guess. I don't know, it felt like, it was like, it's like you're trying to do something, that you might feel is a little scary, but you have like, like a teacher or a parental figure that just, by you, so it doesn't really feel all that scary, and you feel like you can do it. So I pushed forward, and eventually I just managed to make my way to a place I recognized. I remember I squeezed through this small crack in the wall, and I realized that, oh, I know where this is, and I eventually managed to get back home, and everybody was, they were very happy to see me. They thought I had died in the cave-in, or that they had to, they were making preparations to like try and clear the way in case I was still alive on the other side. But the more experienced scouts, they wanted to know how I got there, because as far as they know, there wasn't a path that connected where I went in and where I came out. So I went back and I showed them, like, oh, this is, I came through this tunnel here, and I went to show them the crack I come to, but it wasn't there anymore. And I couldn't find it. I recognized, like, that I saw when I came out. I saw this rock, and I saw this, little patch of mushrooms, and it had to be there, but it just wasn't. It was just smooth stone. And they didn't know what was going on, and they just kind of, gave up, and kind of just thought that I was you know, I was so young that I didn't really know what, you know, I thought I couldn't really explain it to them in a proper way, so they just kind of gave up. But then there was this old scout. It kind of took me aside and asked me about if I felt anything when I was alone. And I said to him, yeah, I had this. I explained to him how it felt like there was something watching over me, and he kind of looked over to the other scouts, and then he whispered in my ear that I had the help of Greg, and I didn't really know what that was. But he just, you know, he just kind of patted me on the shoulder and then went away. So I asked my mom a couple of days later, you know, when everything had calmed down, about if she knew what Greg was, and she just looked at me and wondered where I heard that name before. And I didn't really wanna. It felt like when the old scout told me, it kind of made it seem like it was a secret. So I didn't really wanna, didn't wanna say that he was the one who said it. I just said that I just kind of heard it somewhere, and I didn't recognize it. I thought maybe it was someone, maybe in our community, but no, she said that it was from an old. It was something that it was an old story from back when my people made their way to our home in our underground exodus. There was these scouts who went ahead and did their job as scouts tend to do, and they according to them they was attacked by a I think it was a bullet, I think, but it doesn't really matter, and they ended up in this underground river and was swept away somewhere. And they managed to survive and crawl off in this large underground cave. And in there was something very large, and they were very, very scared. But the thing told them to not be scared, and it was to tell it what they were doing there. It was it was a bit curious because it's never seen anything there for a long time, and they explained to the thing who they were and what they were doing, and he just he listened to their tale about what we were doing and what our people were and what had happened to us and all that, and he let them go, and they made their way back, but they also couldn't find the way back to that cave. They tried to follow the river, but it was just nothing there, and the cave that they came through was just not there. So the others just thought that they were they had hit their head or eaten some weird mushrooms on their travels, but I don't know. Some people believed them because there was something in their eyes. There wasn't fabrication, but it just sounded so strange. And they said that whatever that big thing was, its name was a Grag. And after that, our people find their way to home. They have had troubles earlier that, you know, the caves, they were snaking around and they couldn't find, you know, good places to rest or find food. And then after that, everything just became much easier. And, you know, some people like to think it was just you know, good luck for once, but some people still believe that what those scouts said, that whatever that thing was, that it helped them and helped us as a people. But I don't know what to believe. I know what I felt and what happened, but I was also very young, and it was it wasn't that long time ago, but I don't know. There are some people who say that they might have felt something like that when they've been alone in the caves, but I don't know, not everybody. And that was my story.
Sivan seems to have been thoroughly enthralled by this story, as she's just been quiet, sort of leaning against her staff for support, eyes kind of eyes flaring occasionally.
It seems you've been getting help, Valeria. I'm sorry to powerful earth spirit.
Possible.
There be a lot of folk out there who profoundly underestimate the power of nature and the spirits that inhabit it. Not all of the nature spirits be. They are taken and unpredictable. Sometimes they be benevolent. Sometimes they enjoy the company of mortal folk. It seems this Grag may have been one of them.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Nothing's ever, you know. They could just never find that cave again. And, you know, the scouts, from what my mom said, that those two scouts, they tried their whole life, they tried to find their way back to that cave, but they just couldn't.
Maybe because Grag don't want to be found.
Maybe. Well, whatever he was or whatever he is, that, you know, I think I can thank him for being here today.
We should all give thanks to the nature spirits that protect us, especially here in this shrine.
Lucas kind of looks into the fire, lost in thought.
And then kind of
Nope, go.
okay. Zim then kind of packs her skeletal hands together.
Well, I may say not be satisfactory. So, what you be wanting to know about the jungle itself?
Where is the next closest place like this?
Maybe a few miles off to the
She kind of pauses for a moment, and the eyes, the blue fire in the eye sort of dim, as if deep in thought.
to be the southwest, few miles away. Couple days travel.
If we do come across another one of these, are they gonna follow the same rules as you do?
Perhaps that maybe one of the first shrines in the jungle here. I don't know how. I don't know how many there are. I do try to keep in contact with some of the nearby shrines. I can only say the closest one be to the southwest.
Are there any dangers that are harder to notice in the jungle?
Well, the Tanzan wilds be filled with many perils, both natural and supernatural. Fierce beasts roam these lands. The ancient spirits guard their territories jealously. Oh,
Fire in her eyes flares as if remembering something.
beware of the Surask. Those who once ruled these lands and seek to claim it. They are formidable and often style intruders. Oh, in addition, not all the plant life here be inanimate and prefer to live off of sun and alone. The jungle itself can be treacherous. With dense foliage, hidden traps, both mortal made and stay vigilant. Respect the land and its inhabitants.
A character question: have we been given much detail on Sorasks before? I think it's come up like once.
I don't think you have, no.
Didn't it come up when we saw one, or what we thought was one, with the green dragon fight?
You saw one,
That's
yes.
what I remember.
Okay. Any the what you call them, Sorasks?
Sorask.
Any way of telling, like, how do they act? How do they, like, do you know if they ambush people, if they just, I don't know, it's all guessing.
Well, the Sorask, they be a fierce and ancient race. They are hostile to outsiders, they protect their territory, and they be known to raid settlements and ambush. Be wary if you are in company. They be single-minded, very focused on their goals. Totally logical.
Kara speaks up. Or asks, weren't they kind of responsible for a war during Akanda's time? When he ruled?
That they were here before the mighty empire of Yakeshi. They built magnificent temples and advanced in ancient magics. But their downfall came when the Yakeshi drew them out of these lands, forced them down south, beyond the mountains. And they've been trying to reclaim this territory ever since.
What I remember in poems and stories, they had help from a dragon called Verdafang. Brought a very terrible army. Was stopped by living gods at the time. Brought something forth that shouldn't be here.
Yeah, that's very disturbing, isn't it?
I don't remember the name of the monster. I'm gonna have to think about it. But or ask, I think was the name.
You might be more well-read on this than I am, son.
I always have my head in books and history. It's the thing. But is there any monuments that we should look out for? Old and probably sacred that we should not delve into?
She kind of thinks to herself. As I go through my notes.
It's okay, Jenny, we can tell.
1 second.
Well, there be a few places. One such place be the Tomb of the Deceiver. A cave that once served as the lair of a dangerous dragon many thousands of years ago.
Her eyes shift to you, Deja, having just mentioned something about Verdavang.
She nods.
It, as well as the surrounding wildlife, were turned to stone in a fitter age by the great Tekun.
Put these down.
There also be the Valley of Shadows, infamous frets, dark spirits, and deadly predators. Many who venture there never return. And the Sorask who once lived there placed numerous traps and guardians to protect the sacred sites.
Do you have like a general direction of where this is, so we just don't go there, or?
She kind of once again scratches her cranium. You can all hear that.
Picking for knowledge so we can directly go there and get long untouched loot.
Just avoid it. We're supposed to be avoiding this.
Yes,
They are
definitely.
Far, far to the southeast.
Oh wait, no, hang on. I've read my notes wrong there. Let's try again.
be far, far to the southwest.
Wait, which is it? The southeast or the southwest?
Southwest. So I just read my notes wrong.
Beast.
East.
Okay, that's good to know. I'm out of questions. Did anyone else have any?
Oh, right. The library. Where is? You mentioned the library earlier. Where would that one be? He just gives it a look to the phone.
Once again, she kind of scratches her cranium for that ancient and lost knowledge. She's gonna make a history check for that.
That was a whole week ago.
A delayed reaction. Shush.
You expect me to remember that?
Granny's had a lot on her mind. Like at least 2-3 meters of dirt.
I think there might be a spider in there too. I haven't checked.
Shake my head.
He's a
Yell
good one.
just-
Keeps the worms away.
Just insulting our host. How dare you?
I'm just
I
addressing
don't
the
like to
very
think of
real
it as
problem
insulting.
skeletons have.
I'm afraid I
Oh,
got
God.
no recollection of the location of this library. That was when he mentioned that to me. It was some centuries ago. As far as I know, he headed out west.
Noted.
Out of character, anybody got anything else?
Nope.
Think we Gucci? We Gucci everybody?
I think I'm good.
We could always ask in the morning if anyone thinks of anything.
Angus is thinking.
Okay.
He's got a question.
Think and thunk.
You say there's living gods. Are they like actually living? Like, you know, and he kind of pinches the skin of his arm.
Depends what time of year, what natural event occurs. The living gods can manifest themselves in a central temple built and dedicated to them by their fathers. For Banzala,
Is
be the necropolis.
I was about to ask, is he technically a living god? Because, you know, he kind of looks to her up and down. Anything I've seen of him, he looks kind of, you know,
Living.
bony.
I see what you mean. No. He be the god of death. Real strictly. The life, teeth and souls. He not be undead. Only be the willing undead that he approves of. And he can manifest typically during solar and lunar eclipses, sometimes the first blood moon of the year. See, a living god can extend their presence beyond their dedicated temple to non-physical, interplanar means, entering dreams, granting boons, inflicting punishments, communing with their followers, or even into the wheels of fate itself. But it's only through certain events that a living god physically manifests for a period of time outside of the temple, wherever they see fit. Banzala would be solar lunar eclipse or the first blood moon.
A solar lunar eclipse or blood moon.
The solar or lunar eclipse or the first blood moon of the year.
Oh,
A
the
solar
first-
or lunar eclipse or the first blood.
Hey, you're getting it.
I see, I see. He gets to thinking. Is he able to eat? If he's living, or is he not that kind of living?
Living gods don't got no need to eat.
She if you could see perplexion on a skull's face, it would be rather evident right now.
And then he counters with a cocked eyebrow. Aye, but do they have a want?
She kind of taps her chin for a moment in thought.
The greatest want? Well, the living gods gain strength and power, the more worshippers and offerings, idols, and in the case of Zagasos, sacrifices they receive. Even carrying a symbol of these spirits can strengthen them. But for once, from Banzala, he'd be quite fond of revelry. That much I can see.
Just thinking. Right then. I suppose that's most of my questions. I appreciate the knowledge. Got an idea. Kind of scratches his chin.
And what idea
How
do you
is it that you're able to manifest here?
She kind of gestures around her to the various totems and the various carved stone obelisks and totems around her, the flickering blue flames.
I be soulbound, child.
Kind of looks about. I need to talk to a priest to figure out more how that works. Would the same kind of magic that can hold you here do the same to let Banzala? I did it. Would it let Banzala also sort of manifest outside of his certain lunar cycles?
Not physically, no. Not.
Her eyes, the flickering flames of her eyes dim slightly as she kind of leans in closely, trying to examine your intentions here.
I suppose if you want to contact him yourself, this would be the place to do it.
Alright, works for me. Do you mind if I any kind of like points to the altar?
She gestures a hand over and gives a silent nod. You can hear the creaking of the neck vertebrae.
Ah, grand. I suppose tonight I will ask some questions. There's some important things, as he turns to the group, I've been curious about with this Bonzala fella. We've got some ideas. What have to do with the dwarf lad Braun from before, and also the poor dead trader that we found. I figure if he's a living god and a real... He said it's a person or a thing. I don't know. If he's a real person, I'll say, and he watches and collects souls, then maybe I should ask first before, you know, trying to take a soul and put it back in a body, even if willing.
That may
Well-
be alright.
If there's ever a place and time to do it, this is it.
Okay.
Alright. So, what's everyone doing right now? Just,
Guess we're making camp now that story time is over.
Sure.
Angus is probably gonna do his own preparatory things, but Vilm's gonna go somewhere a bit comfortable that isn't in the middle of the bony circle.
mhm.
It's gonna scoot on over here and good day,
Goodbye.
ka-chunk.
This spooky place is too much for me.
I've had
Goodbye.
enough of this undead shit. Goodbye.
These undead shenanigans are none of my business anymore. But no, like,
Hey,
he's not
man.
doing it in an insulting, I need to get the fuck out of here way. It's just like, I'm going to go to the place where it's not raining.
They're just going to look around and probably go over here. Make a the tiny hut.
Alright.
You and your tiny hut.
It's a horrible magical tent. You can't tell me otherwise. Anyone that wants in can use it. If not, it is me.
Alright.
Really?
So as you all kind of rest in camp for tonight, I'll say, you know what? As you've all been quite entertaining for Zillion,
Err.
she's going to cast. Okay, you know what? Yeah, she's going to begin to weave her skeletal hands for a moment. And she's going to chant a few words in this sort of croaky, this croaky, efforted native tongue, and the blue flames kind of flare for a moment. And I'll say you for the next 24 hours, you will gain the benefits of
I would kill.
no,
Yes,
not quite.
the benefits of power word kill.
The benefit is that you wouldn't be alive anymore.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucked up, Salem.
What's up indeed?
You wouldn't be hungry, you would... Sorry, continue.
This night's rest over.
For the next 24 hours, you gain the benefits of Sanctuary, Gentle Repose, Spare the Dying, and Bless.
Sweet, let's hope we don't need 2 of those.
Good to have it and not need it. And
I mean, yeah, let's hope there's not a situation where we need both Gentle Repose and Spare the Dying. But it is appreciated.
Spare the Dying will make it so, hopefully, you'll automatically stabilize. The fact that Gentle Repose is on there also means something may make it so you don't have to do death saves.
Yeah.
Like getting bit in half by a T-Rex.
One's there so you
No,
hopefully won't have to deal with the other.
I would rather not to have it, but
If it gets that far, we've really fucked up.
no, someone has fucked up so royally. It put the entire party in danger, and they will be
Gentle Reposed.
Gentle Reposed, woken up, slapped, and then Gentle Reposed again.
I'm just gonna comment on one thing. My god, the bloom.
Oh, from the prismatic dome.
No, us.
Oh.
Oh, I see the
I like
bloom.
the fact that
Oh yeah, because we got
all
the
of
bus
y'all
on us.
but only Liska's horns and a little bit of her cape is glowing because she's just dark.
Yeah, it's just under the armor. Like there's little bits of light coming out of the armor. It's like,
Well, that's the only thing, yeah.
Yeah, her token.
So
I do
then,
like Liska in her new art.
Zim, and then her eyes seem to brighten with that this mixture of memories and emotions. The flowers and vines that animate her skeletal form pulse gently as she reflects on what you've told her tonight.
I've seen many things in my time bound to this shrine. Countless travelers passed through these wilds each with their own stories and journeys. Some came seeking solace, others guidance, and many simply needed a place to find rest and peace. I witnessed brave adventurers embarking on noble quests, their hearts filled with hope. I've seen many families torn apart by loss. I've heard stories about the times of strife that gripped the dynasty, the ebbs and flows of its politics. But that has never truly been my interest. It's been the Tanzan wilds that have always been a place of great beauty, danger, and my primary involvement. Watched as nature's reclaimed the ruins of ancient structures, and seen the resilience of life in the face of adversity. I've also seen acts of great kindness and compassion. I've seen the dark times as well. As battles fought near the shrine, the land stained with blood and sorrow. Witnessed the anger of the jungle spirits when their domain was disrespected. The suffering of those who fell victim to the wild's many perils. But through it all, I've remained here as a witness, and the shrine has stood tall. I've seen much. And I've learned that every soul has a story worth telling.
Her eyes flicker around to all of you.
I hold on to these stories, preserving them like the flowers and vines that weave through my bones. And now your journey has brought you here. And you've added your own story to the tapestry of this place. And for that I thank you.
She gives a nod and a bow. And she turns towards you, Angus.
I'll be a little chat with my man's at the causeway.
Me too. Me too.
But for now, I'd be just at least for now, unless you're planning on traveling back here someday.
With apparently silence greeting her non-existent ears, she just gives a silent nod, and she kind of shambles her way back over to the shrine. And you watch as she seems to she rests her staff on the shrine once again. She notices the renewal of the shrine that Angus has given her here.
Thank you so much for doing this. It warms my heart. Well, if I had a heart.
I think you still do. He just sort of, in a bit of a traditional Dwarven salute, he lowers his head and just said, "Thank you for your protection, ancestor." And he kind of glances over to the side to Talali. It is appreciated what you do for the next generation.
She gives a silent and respectful nod. Before you notice her, she reaches up and just pops off her skull, rests it on the altar, and you watch this flurry of spectral energy emanate from out of her form and disperse back into the obelisks as she returns to a pile of bones. Clatters to the ground in a bed of marigold petals.
Before I do my thing, since it may take a minute, does anyone else want to do something? Because mine would be like a end of the night deal.
I got nothing currently.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm out of ideas.
Alright. So you want to do a bit of communing, yes?
Yes, sir.
Alright, so how does this setup for this look?
Angus is not an incredibly well practiced Banzalan priest. There's not a lot that he can do to perfectly mimic all of the rituals, but it depends. Hey, Avon, do you want to have a little scene where he tries to talk to Talali and get some advice, or would you rather just like step back from it?
I mean, it's entirely up to you what Angus would do.
Sure. Yeah, you'd probably ask her. I just want to make sure before I do that, player's cool.
I appreciate it.
So, he would kind of look at the restored altar and kind of the skull there, and you'd think about the feather that he placed and just kind of, and sort of look to the side over towards Talali. You know, I've never really tried this to another god that I don't know as well. So, to be honest, I'm not really sure the right ways to appease or honor Banzala. Do you happen to be very well versed?
In communicating with... Oh, sorry, hold on. In communicating with Vanzala. Me pretty familiar with that. Well, at least
Are you
talking to him.
able to,
Sometimes he don't respond.
that sounds right. For the gods in general. Are
Sometimes you
you...
can't get him to shut up. Sorry, continue.
No, you're right. I was just off there thinking one time, praying to one of my gods of trickery and asking for guidance, and it became a very long, very fun story, but it didn't end. Not for a long time. Anywho, I don't really know the respectful rites and customs, even if it's not the divine of how to get him to talk back. Would you mind sharing just some of the good manners? Good rituals, you know?
Well, well, Banzala, as was said before, is the god of... He's the god of the afterlife, death, but also luck and sleep, souls. Trickery is just a small aspect. She just kind of stands up from where she was sitting, leaning against her raptor. It's kind of meanders over. Like, so, it really depends. Oh, why is there suddenly two of me? That's weird. Two of Talali. That is weird. One of them doesn't have a blessing, so that's the one I want to get rid of. Delete.
Nope, I don't see two on my screen. It might just be client-side thing.
I'm seeing two, and now I can't move mine for a while. That's
Oh
interesting.
dear.
Well, I'll just refresh, but I don't need to
That's
be
happened. I
looking at
had
the
to
screen.
refresh.
Yeah, I don't need to look at the screen in order to Darby. So it depends on... yeah, I need to log in and sign me on. So it really depends on what aspect you want to contact. You want to speak to the afterlife, death, luck. You perhaps want to talk about dreams in your sleep, souls in general. Or maybe you do want to talk to trickery. That seems to be where he does most of his deals.
Probably a bit of both, to be honest with you. It's
Well, I
got
said
involved
more
to
than
do
two,
with
so
it.
it's going to be more than both.
Hey, dreams not as much, no lass. More along the lines of death for, you know, a Minot, I can't pronounce his name very well. I'm sorry. The poor dead trader lad, the murder victim. And, so some death to do with him. And, let's see. I guess a bit of trickery. Because there's the brief idea of coming and seeing him. We're heading towards the temple ways. And, well, I had an offer for him that isn't the offer he already knows. And he kind of smiles, and it's a little bit of a mischievous smile.
You're going to try to trick
And I
the
figure
trickster
it'd be
god.
good. Oh, no.
You sure about that?
How could I ever? I mean, me? You wouldn't. Oh. No, I'm just gonna gonna do that again. Go with the 8. He's not very good at lying.
All right. All right. I'm gonna say Talali with her like default, her passive insight is 19. But here I'll roll. Why not? Oh, I'll tell you what.
I don't
You
think
have
you would need
less.
to, because you're passive is well enough to know that he has a little bit of a fun-hearted, mischievous glint in his eye, and you can hear from the tone that he obviously wants to do something, and maybe you're getting it put together with the fact of living gods and eating, and he's a chef.
I'm guessing won't be trying something that perhaps only you can do, or something you're skilled at. Maybe some of that food you're able to produce.
Yes. But don't tell him.
I won't. I promise I won't tell him.
Good, that will ruin the surprise. He says in a holy circle that probably has some form of divine scry.
She just like gives something, like you can tell, like you won't. I don't know what Angus's insight is, but you can tell he's definitely telling the truth when she's like, I'm not gonna tell him.
Oh yeah,
But
he's got, what is it, 23? Because of his tattoo.
oh, nice.
It's 18 passive and plus 5 if you would get advantage. Is what it equates to, or is it 4?
5.
Yeah. So he's really good with insight, so he'd get that, and it's not like he's like hounding you. Don't tell him. It's just sort of like the kid that got caught planning the surprise party. Right.
So, about the living gods, nothing against your secret plan, but the living part to the living gods tends to be more of an action, more reflects the actions they take rather than the state they be. You understand what I'm saying?
Ah.
Because a lot, then we don't mean no offense. We haven't spent much time outside of, the Tahosian dynasty, but it definitely seems that most of the gods that are around these parts, they either be sleeping or they don't exist. And so the living gods, they still influence the people they protect. That's why we call them the living gods, as opposed to the ones that are just there by memory or don't even exist at all. You get what me saying?
Oh, that they're not like a physical thing?
No, they don't really have physical bodies. The closest thing you're gonna get is perhaps an avatar, like Itzel, the man in the library tower. He's an avatar. That's probably the closest you're gonna get to the physical aspect. They do manifest though, if you go to their temple, which is where we be leading you. If you want to have a physical aspect of Anzala, you're
Alright.
gonna be talking to him there. Don't know if he'll be
Perfect.
eaten though.
Okay.
You'll definitely be able to talk to him. He's a chatterbox.
Good. Alright. This might still work then. Anywho, I appreciate your insight on that. I'll bear in mind his chatterbox nature and also his limitations.
You do like a good conversation. So just, you know, everyone thinks about Banzala, they think about death and, you know, the afterlife, and it brings them a lot of fear. But he's just the ferryman. He's there to guide you along to a place that's better, where all your family and your kin be waiting for you, and where you'll wait for the rest of yours. I think dwarves have something similar to that, don't ya?
Aye, we do. We have great peaks of valor. It's a place where you go and you spend your time, waiting to see if it's time for you to come back to the world, or if you're waiting for some grander purpose that goes even beyond it. Oh, but I won't go too far into myself. At this moment, I'm trying to learn about you. Kind of gestures forward. But, thank you for being aware of it.
You know,
I know you said you
don't
haven't come out... Oh, sorry.
Oh, no. Can keep going.
I was just gonna say that you said you haven't really travelled outside of your homeland here. He kind of gestures up and around. And for me, it's the same. And, you know... It's nice to be proud of your home. But sometimes it's worthwhile learning about others too. Gives you more to appreciate about home.
Gives you a separate perspective on what you normally view as, well, normal.
Aye. I had quite a friend teach me about the perspective from beyond the seas.
Oh. Who he be? Or she?
Famous
We
little
don't actually
musician.
know.
It is a he. He kind of glances around. That was a spot on guess. I have a hard time sometimes making friends with lasses. Get, he kind of leans in and speaks quietly. I get nervous.
You mean, you know, there's no reason to be, we don't know. We don't know about dwarf women. Perhaps there do be a reason to be nervous about them.
He aggressively starts nodding, cheeks kind of flapping a little bit. There's lots of reasons to be nervous, lass.
Oh my god, Angus is twerking. His cheeks are flapping.
Jesus Christ.
That's basically cheeks are flapping.
The one's on his face.
Oh, okay.
Right.
My bad. Sorry. That
Aggressive nodding. Jowls are going.
Yeah. So Delilah just kind of gives a bemused look at that. Just be like, huh. Perhaps we don't have to meet some dwarf women in the future.
Everyone's a warrior, lass.
Oh.
With humans, you're afraid of the father. With dwarves, you're afraid of the wife.
Well, not quite.
Anyway,
the
that's
same
aside the
intensity.
point here.
Yeah, not quite the same around these parts, but no. To get back to what you were saying earlier, yeah, me know a bit about dwarven custom. Following the god of death, you kind of like to look around and see where and how other cultures take care of their dead. Some we don't understand, but others makes more sense.
I not a lot of things make sense, but when some of them do and things click, it's just worthwhile. Anywho, I should probably be doing this spell because it's starting to get a wee bit late and I might actually go to sleep tonight.
Sure. So what you be doing? Me not the kind that really do communion. Just a
Well,
follower of Banzala, not anything important.
I'm a bit blessed in my ability to be able to talk to guides, you know. I can reach out and I can ask them questions, and it's best if kept simple and plain. Ones that can be answered pretty much directly, aye or nay. Though sometimes they're more complex and they send visions instead. And, well, I wanted to ask a little bit about the fate of the poor man that died. When I talked to him, he felt it was an unjust death, and, too soon. He wanted to come back and... Huitsil, I don't know how to pronounce it. Huitsil?
That's close.
That's what...
That'd be close enough. Stop trying.
Yes. Okay. The poor fellow was murdered, and I was gonna see if it was... Oh, what's the saying? Before an appointed time. And if it wasn't, then he was supposed to go then, see how I can maybe bury him in this sacred place, or give him whatever rights is, you know, appropriate. And if it was before his time, see if it's alright for me to bring him back. And the last thing I was thinking about maybe asking the big man himself if I could throw a little bit of a feast at his temple. The winter season's nearly coming to an end and we'll nearly be at a new year. Maybe one of those solstices. And the cold death of winter and the greys is going to shift away to the brighter colours of spring to come. And the life that comes with it. I figured he'd probably appreciate that because, you know, death is just one side of the same coin, where life is the other. You kind of have to have one to have the other, you know? There's bound to be some sort of appreciation. Even if not directly his domain, so to speak, it's the precursor. And he kind of smiles. That makes sense? Well, as long as I don't know. I don't want to be wrong or offensive in something I assume, you know? I was just thinking come over there and celebrate the change of seasons and celebrate the lives of those, what did you say, 20-something lads that got murdered?
Thereabouts.
Well,
There's
maybe some sort of celebration.
They do get celebrated. Don't really want to get into the particulars, but at a certain time of year, there are celebrations, and the veil between the living and the dead is opened, and yeah, they get to meet their ancestors when a little bit more face to face. And sometimes, let's say, you got a person who does dangerous travels. Sometimes if they don't arrive at the dedicated time or the dedicated place around that time of the year, that's when you pray. And sometimes that's how you find out. But I do also want to say that there's hardly anybody who dies young who feels at their appointed time. Remember that.
I had a thought on it too. Sort of thinks about it. How shall I say? A tragic death is not always an undue death. It's tragic when the young die, but maybe that's all the grains of sand they had.
It can be a thicker thing.
Anywho, thank you for the talking, for helping me with this. I just want to be respectful. And I don't really know.
No problem. Let me tell you what. Yeah. If you want to try speak to him directly, again, going to his temple might be the most direct. But if you just want to have a brief yes or no kind of conversation, she walks up to the altar and just like idly sifts her fingers through the marigolds, which, despite being in an altar that seems like it hasn't been visited in for fucking ever, still seem fresh. And she just kind of like sifts her fingers through. It's like, marigolds be one of his symbols. Always good to carry them with you if you want to talk to them. And just be respectful about the dead. Try not to insult anything, especially those that are soulbound. She just kind of gives a very careful pat to Old Lady Skull. For they have given the biggest sacrifice you can in this country. Serving eternally for old Banzala himself and for the people of this country, of the empire.
No greater sacrifice than that, then. Sounds all like things I'm quite happy to abide by.
Good.
With that
Yeah.
said... Oh, go on.
I was just gonna say, do you mind if I sit down and watch?
Please. In fact, I humbly invite you and thank you for your presence and participation. It would be my honor. Then he will gently sort of run his hands through the marigold that was up there as well, making sure that when he was working on the little slab, none fell off to the ground. Any that did get picked up and put back on top. A little pat towards the base of the staff that she was holding, and a smile, and he will then begin to just simply sit down in a very sort of relaxed, at ease posture, physically demonstrating the comfort of the work and the trust and belief that she said it was now a safe place. And just take out a little candle and begin to light it. And he will have a series of little chants as he begins to cast his spell.
As you cast the commune spell, the candle burns with that soft, fragrant smoke of incense. And then you all watch as blue flames in the braziers flicker. And you start feeling this chill in the air as this connection to Banzala is established. The eyes, the empty sockets of the skull before you flicker a light, but there's no movement of the bone pile. You sense this isn't Zilumin that's returned to greet you once more. This is something else entirely.
And feeling the shift in presence, he will slightly shift his own posture, no longer paying respect to the ease that she's made, but a little bit more upright in back. Not confrontational, but respectful. The way a youth may stand taller near their elder, or a superior. And then he will just, place a hand over his chest and nod. Thank you for listening. I come to you humbly, just to ask. I do not want to act out of my desire to help and do wrong in my ignorance. Wheatsil, a trader not far from here, was murdered by bandits who've claimed around 20 souls before your hounds brought them justice. Was this before his appointed time?
Blue flames in the braziers suddenly swell, casting long, eerie shadows around the shrine. The skull carvings on the standing stones appear to grin more widely, their eyes glowing faintly. Bones on the altar subtly shift and rattle, as if moved by an unseen hand. The air grows colder, a sign that Banzala acknowledges this is true.
He wishes to return to life, to care for his family, and my heart aches to do so. Do you approve me to give him true life back, to live whatever natural time remains before he returns to you once more?
The flames in the braziers flicker and dim, almost extinguishing completely before swelling back to their normal size. There's a deep, resonant hum that echoes throughout the shrine, and the bones on the altar remain still for a moment. And then a soft, warm glow begins to emit from the center of the circle, and the air feels slightly warmer. The carvings on the stones seem to loosen their expression. You can hear that shifting of stone, and there's that solemn acknowledgement of the power of clerics to restore life. A tentative yes.
He nods. I will make sure it is known that this is only for whatever he may have left, and by your graces, to live a life well then, or whatever may be left from it. And so that's the second question, is final third. As you may know, I approach your necropolis with important business. But to me, none is more important than merriment. As I've crossed through the Morborg and seen the undeath, I've come to want to celebrate lives lost and those still living. Will you accept my invitation to a grand feast and revelry to be held at your temple after my arrival?
As you ask your final question, the blue flames flicker through a wide spectrum of colours. Blues, oranges, purples, each colour casting a different hue across the shrine. The pile of marigold petals on the altar bursts outward in a shower of petals as if blown by an unseen force. The petals dance in the air, creating this vibrant celebratory display. And within the swirling colours of the blue flames, they seem to pulse in time with the movement of the petals, and this deep rumbling sound of some unseen set of rhythmic drums sounds throughout. And within the flames, a vision begins to form. You can see an opulent pair of gates opening to a grand walled city. The flames then suddenly dim, leaving the shrine in near darkness, save for the faint light of the glowing runes on the stones. And the shadows cast by the runes seem to shape into the image of two moons in the sky. The image shows the pale white moon, the mother, in its new moon phase, barely visible against the night sky, and the reddish moon, the matron, full and glowing ominously. As you watch, the shadow of the matron darkens further, taking on the deep, ominous hue of a blood moon. The flames reignite with a gentle blue glow.
And he will turn to Lolly. I think the invitation is accepted and a date's been set.
He gives just like a nod, you're like, yeah, alright. Well done.
This is grand. I get to help the lad out first thing in the morning. Oh, I'm gonna have to prepare quite the feast. Oh, this is exciting.
Go ahead and I'll say make a history check.
Oh, I'm decent at those.
You fool, why did you say that?
21.
Nice.
The first blood moon of the year, when the mother is in its new moon phase and the matron is full, is a significant time in Tahosian culture. This event marks the Eve of Souls, a night when the veil between the living and the dead is at its thinnest, allowing spirits to return and commune with the living. It's a time of celebration and reverence where ancestors are honoured and their guidance sought. The night is filled with feasts, rituals, offerings to Banzala and Banzala, the ferryman of souls. And during this event, every Banzalan temple across Tanzia becomes a gateway to the other side, allowing the spirits of those who have passed on to visit the world of the living. The largest of these celebrations takes place in Tek-Tahos, the capital of the dynasty. And indeed, it would seem you've been given an invitation and a date.
Hell yeah.
So probably not going to happen at the temple itself. It would seem Banzala wants you to go to Tek-Tahos and join him in the festival.
Sounds like a plan.
that, are you headed to bed?
For once, Angus is going to sleep.
Okay. All right.
He'll get himself ready, do everything that needs to be done for bed, and at the last moment, he'll take off the gorget and just
Yep.
instantly fall over
Yep.
with a now DC 35.
Yeah.
He cannot physically keep himself awake anymore.
Jesus fuck.
God damn.
So, as you all head to bed for the evening, you do awaken the next day, unhindered, unfettered, thanks to the protection of the shrine. You still have the shimmering essence of the blessing spell applied to you,
Wait.
and you may head back on the road if you want to do. If you don't feel the need to do anything here.
Road again.
Oh god, words. I think I'm good.
Roll again.
Sure.
I have something that I need to do.
Yep.
It is time.
What time is it?
Your
Prepare
turn?
that. Yes. Prepare that.
Time for spells.
Oh god, I haven't done this in so long.
This is what you get if it stayed up too long.
It's like, oh fuck.
The perks and downfalls of a template spell list.
So
Take a long rest is what I meant.
Oh right, that too.
Alright.
you good?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. No.
Early morning before we set off. He gotta do one of these.
Had to do it to him.
Ah, I see.
Which means I'm gonna have to do one of them checks.
Ah. Okay.
Damage.
Get the rules up.
Ah, damn.
Gotta find my rules.
Oh
House
yes,
rules,
yes.
capture
House rules, capture death. It's basically a spell casting check, I believe. Base DC is 10.
One damage.
One day.
Uno damage.
Let's see.
Oh, I actually have
Is
to
that
grab
still
them.
done?
It's just. Go ahead.
I actually have to grab them from the other scene. Hang on.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Get over here, you.
I've got to put
Do
his
you want an
token on.
icon of fate just in case?
For some reason, I can activate my dome for some reason.
By relogging. It'll log me out randomly.
There we go.
And you foundry. And you found me.
It's your boy.
Boundary.
Yep. So I suppose by the resurrection rules, I would roll a religion check since I sought the approval of Bonzala to do this.
Oh right, yeah, it's you're doing it for more than an action. This isn't a revivify thing. Okay. Yeah. So, I suppose each successful each successful check would lower the DC effectively. You can do just one check or maximum of 3.
Well, I believe it's also others that are involved.
Mm-hmm.
So, as he'll go through and begin to channel the spells, and before he gets even super far into it, it's like, Let's call that to others. You know, by bringing them back, if any of you wish, you may also try and contribute in your own ways. We've gotten the blessings of Banzala to be able to do so, but at this point, you know, if you wish to do anything else to guide or pry the soul back to the life, you are welcome to participate.
It would be my first time ever helping.
God, you are super quiet, Spice. I have you up to
I can barely hear you.
Sorry. This would be a very first time helping with this type of task. How do? He's asking, Angus.
Well, to some, he gestures to himself, you may pray. To others, they may perhaps scour the land nearby and find flowers or herbs that have meaning or sense to burn. Others perform great, mighty, and powerful dances of war to challenge and frighten away the spirits of death, so the soul is no longer scared to return. It really depends upon your own culture, but you may do whatever you feel matters in your heart to guide someone back from beyond the veil.
A character question. Mechanically, how does this work? Do we pitch a roll and try and justify it? Is it like a skill check in that way?
Yep,
Or?
you can,
It's a skill check.
Yeah, you can roll a skill check, though ideally you don't want to do like the same type of skill that someone else has done before. Like you can't do like 2 persuasion checks or 2 religion checks in a row.
I presume you've got to justify it enough.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, well, I may not.
But that could be a case of you could probably even use your smithing skills and make a small little trinket or something that could matter to the dead and for the soul to see twinkle and come back. You know, you can be creative.
Sorry, continue, Spice. I'm going to thonk.
You gave me enough time to thonk anyway.
Hey.
I'm not someone who studies religion, so I can probably use my knowledge of the arcane to help your endeavors. This is new to me, so
That makes sense,
trying.
eh? Perhaps you can do something with your knowledge of the arcane to lessen the barrier of the veil so the soul can more freely cross? That's just an idea. I do as you please, and only if you please. I'm just trying to let you know you can contribute more than you may think. Give me wings.
Yeah, I think that I'll try something along those lines. I'm very good at feeling tears in the veil, so maybe lessing it could be easier, I suppose.
General question. Is the bless still active?
Still active, yeah?
It's 24 hours.
Yep.
They are not mechanically active, but that's why I wanted to check.
Go ahead. Fix that.
I mean, I could just manually roll it. I just wanted to be sure if it was or not.
Hey, Foundry, you're...
So what you doing, Deja?
Once I'm logged,
If you want to.
I would probably try and help lessen I would try and thin the veil a bit to help. Hold on. Hold on. Well, I'm talking as loud as I can without screaming. I want to lessen the veil in order to help the soul back to the body. That makes
Right.
sense.
So in that case, this would be an Arcana check.
Okay, give me a second.
Infinite bliss.
Only infinite while you're in the circle.
Infinite.
Grandma's lair effect.
Welcome to
Okay, here we go. Gone. 31, okay.
Do you want? I think
Hey.
that succeeds. So you begin to weave a small incantation. You begin to weave the spectral ethereal sigil in the air, weaving it with sacred geometry. So you pull that arcane thread from one part of the circle to another, until it begins to form this strange geometric spiral-like pattern. And you, very much a sort of a Doctor Strange style, you place your hand into the air and press it down into the chest, and you see this crystalline shimmer around his body, and you swear you can feel that the veil, the veil growing thinner between worlds.
It's not evident on her face, but he's trying to keep very somber, but in her eyes, he's like, neat. I've never done this before. This is a new skill. Okay.
I did a thing.
Hey,
Did anyone else want to pitch in? Because I may have Vellum help.
So Ollie's gonna just randomly, come up and be like, if Manzala be given the go ahead, perhaps me can help. And she's gonna come up to the body and just kind of kneel down for a second, say a few words in her native tongue, and then just kind of stand up, just be like, and hopefully, if you want return, the ferryman can guide him back. You can ferry both ways.
and what?
I mean, she'd do a religion check.
All right, so I'll say the DC for this will be higher because it's another religion check on top of the first one that Angus did.
Yeah, sure. Can't have two people talking up on Zone. Let's see, so oddly enough, Talali has 0 in religion. Let's see how this
Yes.
works.
Just gonna casually crit, you know.
Just a casual natural 20. Yeah, I'd say that
Hey, hey, hey.
succeeds.
It is her religion.
God damn.
Yep.
She knows what she talking about.
Yeah. You say that short prayer to Banzalo in your native tongue. No one else can understand what you're saying, but if the soul of this of Huitzel is still tethered to his body in the Gate of Mortality, then you gather he has heard it. You sense that while all of the blue flames have flickered out in the morning time, you just see out of the corner of your eye just this faintest blue spark from one of these nearby braziers. You gather Banzala has heard your prayer. Okay, so go ahead and make me that spellcasting check.
Isn't it something you do?
Oh,
You?
yes.
Yeah,
Yes, it
after
is.
all contributions are completed, the game rolls a single final resurrection check.
Right.
No modifier.
Yeah, gotcha. So
Don't
it's a
fuck it up, Jen.
Single base DC. Single resurrection check. That's the D20, isn't it?
Yep.
Alright, 1D20.
And we each.
Been
let's
a
see.
while. Ideally, we want to avoid having calls to use this.
I'm just trying to think of. So, just because I'm curious, the contribution skill checks, like, does the caster count? Or sorry, like, can. And I'm not doing this to cheat us out of anything, because it seems like right now with Angus, Dejar, and Twali, the DC is reduced by 9 with
Mhm.
the base DC of 10. It's
It's-
as long as you don't roll nat 1.
So you wait for a moment as Angus finishes the incantation of the Raise Dead spell. Finish your chanting as you. Do you have that diamond with you, Angus?
You should.
All right.
I know I have diamonds. I've held on to them.
There's one worth at least 500 gold.
I believe small diamonds are 500 if I recall.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
All right, perfect. There you go. You place that diamond upon his chest, and with your own dwarven flair, you place a hammer nearby, just letting the head rest below the diamond itself. And as the hammer glows this brilliant sky blue light, the diamond itself shatters into thousands and thousands of tiny particulates and just hovers in place, gradually sinking into the body. As if someone's just struck the diamond and shattered it entirely with a hammer. And then you feel the breath in his chest. Where am I? Who are you?
Welcome back. You are back on this side.
What? I just remember a barrage of arrows. I don't know what happened.
Oh, you died. You were very dead.
You can see the colour just drained from his face right now. He is.
Oh, he's dying again!
he is.
Oh no, he's gonna go to shock.
He is thoroughly confused as to what's just happened, and
Hey, Jen,
Here.
yeah.
You gotta sit up slow, lad.
does his Triceratop hear him?
You do notice that the Triceratops, if you can look behind him, she seems to be paying attention now, and it is taking a few ginger steps forward, just kind of thudding through the grass.
Oh. Big mama jump.
Alright, before you freak out entirely, Angus, gesturing to the dwarf in front of him, did ask Vansala for permission.
He looks around and then notices the shrine. Oh, I see. Praise be to Vansala then, he says with a shaky voice.
Lad, the roads were not safe for you that day. But rest assured, justice was given, the hounds got to him, and now it's safe. You might not recall.
The colour of his face further drains as he mentioned the hounds.
Oh, no, they didn't come for you. They came to avenge you, lad. He was right pissed. They took you away, you know. He waggles a finger at him.
I see.
Enough, he sent them after these lads as, well, between you and me, they weren't quite gone to this world yet, but he didn't feel like waiting after what they did to you.
He
softly punches him on the shoulder softly. He must like you.
I suppose so. And with that, he kind of scrambles on the ground, and kind of picks up one of the marigold petals, and just kind of kisses it repeatedly. Thank you, and just settles it back down on the altar as he very shakily stands up. And then he winces as he kind of holds his shoulder for a moment. Where are the others?
We took them out. We're not gonna bring you back with the arrows that killed you still in you. Come on now. She just, like,
one was really
smacks
close to
him
my
on the
heart,
shoulder.
so.
Well, I quite literally owe you all my life.
Nah. It's the right thing to do, lad. You may not remember because it wasn't really you, but just a memory of you. We spoke and you told me of Amelia. And, kind of heavy hand on his shoulders. We're getting you home.
Amelia?
Amelia, the wife that lives in the district.
In Tektahof.
Zimmer.
Oh.
Spouse.
My wife, Amiali.
Oh, there you go.
This is why you shouldn't ever let Angus say Tahosian names.
Yeah, no. It's butchering the Tahosian language. Whoa.
Sorry, lad, I'm not fluent.
Yes, I was. He just begins rambling. I remember now. I was trading some goods from Itzul. I was on my way to Tektahof. We are in the wilds now. Yes.
Yes.
Hey.
So
Yes, we are.
where is Ashikael?
Is that your great beast?
Sort of behind her.
Just points over that direction. He's
Quetzal
been inching close.
kind of runs over, kind of stumbles partway through. He's still getting his bearings. Oh, there you are. Thank you all. Thank you for looking after her. She's an old girl. But she's done me well. And she just wraps his arms around her snout. She kind of chuffs against him, nuzzles against him. I can repay you.
No.
He kind of looks around for his cart.
Oh, don't
yeah.
worry about that.
No.
We have your cards in your goods. If the big man had said no, we were gonna sell your lot and give it to the missus. No. He just kind of smiles, pats him on the back. No, you don't. That's fine. In fact, the roads have been dangerous, lad. So, when we get to town, I'll give you a little something so you can, not have to go through this again.
I had heard that Reaver attacks were getting bolder. That's why I brought this. And you can see on his back, there's a large sort of ornate macro whittle that he's had sheathed. And I brought this for self-protection.
Is that one of the cloves?
Yeah, one of the obsidian swords. There's the clubs with the obsidian spikes sticking out the sides.
Them jagged chunks.
Yes. Fucking nasty little things.
Ah,
The world's sharpest sword.
But, I suppose it did not do me well then.
not
Yeah.
against arrows, lad.
That and they were raptor riders, so they came in hard and fast. Ugh.
And a
But they
bit of
died
advice-
faster.
And a bit of advice on the few coming days. You're gonna be sore in places you don't even know you have.
I'm sorry in places I didn't know I had now.
Yeah, it's
Your
best
soul.
just to
It's gonna
take
be
it
like that.
easy.
It's probably because you haven't moved the muscle in a couple of days.
Oh,
You were
That part is
quite
fine.
stiff.
Just take it easy. Okay?
If I might ask, where are you all from?
Grog again points at the ground over there.
He's from far below.
As if having like only just noticed this as well, he kind of looks over at this strange prismatic dome and sort of takes us a few steps back.
Oh, right. I can't, our character, I can't delete it. You're gonna have to do that, because I can't. But in character, he just waves it away. Sorry about that. But
Yeah, commoner encountering a group of high-level adventurers.
Itzker raises her hands like, I am from the Dominion of Torment in Ragnarok, just southeast of the Spine of Fire.
Oh, okay. From quite the ways away then.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just your neighbor from Mayland. He kind of taps at the official-looking armor.
Oh, I did do some trade with Mayland about a year back.
yeah. This one came from the Golden Expanse. My job and being quite a bit of a nomad has taken me far from home.
And I'm just as far off across the ocean to the east.
All over then. Well, I do not know. I do not quite know what to say. So, thank you all, of quite literally giving me a second chance at life.
It's a fleeting and fragile thing. One day you will pass again, so will I, so will all of us. Maybe that day is tomorrow, maybe it's decades off. Savor what you have. Be grateful that you were taken softly into the next world and given softly back to this. And, maybe hang up the cart for a while. The roads are getting more and more dangerous, it seems, and between you and me, and he looks back to the magically equipped to hell group, and the rest of us, things are getting a little exciting. The missus is in Tektohos, isn't she?
Yes, the Zima district.
Given
Perhaps,
everything that just happened, lad, you strike me as a man that would do amazing making a living in a temple. You are literally chosen to come back. I can think of few better. At least until it's safe enough to play your trade elsewhere.
He kind of ponders for a moment and strokes his grey beard. Perhaps, maybe I am due for a change of employment.
One of the less dangerous occupation, yes.
At least until you can hire enough guards to hold off reavers on your way back and forth.
Yes. Well, I suppose I am for making my way off for the rest of the way, at least.
You are welcome to join with us. We have to stop by the temple. I am inclined to think maybe you should trail behind a bit. You know. That way you don't lead on ahead and we bump into you again.
Well, if that is no trouble for any of you.
Not at all.
That's from my perspective.
More eyes to keep watch at night would definitely be nice.
Very well then. I suppose it looks like you are all ready to set off then. I shall get the old girl here equipped. I shall get the cart. Where is my cart?
Oh, it's trailing behind one of our carts.
Very well. I will be with you soon then. Give me a moment. And with that, he begins to set off.
Mix.
There you go. He begins to set up his various things, get his cart set up, the harness on his Triceratops, and you finish the morning with a good hearty breakfast. And in that moment, you all set off back onto the road.
On the road again.
Just can't wait, you know, road again.
Road again.
A long way and a short time to get there.
Few different times.
Same vibe though.
Bruh. Andrew, why you being such a dick?
Oh, it's really chugging a bit.
Can't imagine why. Looks at all the effects.
You shush.
It's like we are all
Fog
blessed.
and rain.
The caravan's increasing in size.
I mean, that is
No
true.
idea
We
what
might
you're
as
talking
well be a fucking like full-fledged
Caravan.
caravan, yeah.
I mean, it could be worse. Anything could be worse.
Everything could be worse.
Could have a fucking mudslide. That'd be fun. Oh man, this thing is chugging.
The journey deeper into the Tanzan wilds, it's a test of vigilance and endurance. The towering trees, their trunks wide and ancient, form this natural barrier that seems to close in and around you. The thick vines hang like natural drapes, and the underbrush is this tangled mass of vibrant green leaves and brightly coloured flowers. The air is heavy with humidity, each breath filled with the rich, earthy scent of the jungle. As you move deeper, the sounds of the jungle before become more pronounced. The chirping of insects, the distant calls of unseen animals, the rustling of leaves creates this constant, ever-present symphony. The sunlight struggles to penetrate the thick canopy, casting these dappled patterns of light and shadow across the jungle floor. It's as you begin to move into a clearing where you hear the sound of a rushing river beneath you, an enormous gorge that spans from horizon to horizon through the jungle. and you see this incredible, expansive stone bridge about a good 40 odd feet wide and about 100 feet long. An ancient remnant of the ancient Takteshi pathways. Still standing sturdy until this day. But as you kind of move across it, there's this movement in the sky that catches your eye. A large shadow passes overhead, momentarily blocking out the filtered sunlight. And Sayun, you're the first to notice this. You spot this majestic pteranodon soaring through the sky, its massive wings spanning wide as it glides effortlessly on the air currents. It's striking against the patches of bright blue sky visible through the dense foliage. And the pteranodon kind of circles once more as you reach the end of this bridge, eyes scanning the jungle below before it lets out this piercing screech and perches on a nearby branch. You notice it has something strapped to its back.
I would like to perception to look better.
Sure, make a perception check.
Well, look better at it.
Look pretty good to me.
I will also look better. At least Talali will.
Well, that's my passive anyway.
Okay, so 20. Did Talali want to do something?
Sure.
This is 16. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, my passive's 23 also, but still, it works out.
Give me a brief second. I have just lost
So
the
just for
place.
clarity's sake, there was a huge pteranodon that flew overhead and then landed on a nearby branch, and
Yeah.
it has something strapped to its back.
It's, a large creature. And we go ahead and... So, let me jump
Now, are you saying that it's a large creature, or does it have a large creature on its back?
the Pteranodon in and of itself is a large creature. It's,
I figured.
the Pteranodon kind of circles once, kind of pushing off the branch, with a graceful descent it kind of swoops down and lands on the roadside far in front of you. Its talons gripping the ground with surprising delicacy. You do notice, Sayun, the thing on its back, it's a large leather satchel that kind of also straps towards the underside of its neck. It's securely fastened and seemingly crafted for this very purpose.
Did we just get fucking Amazon drone package delivery? Like, what's...
I mean, how else do you think they deliver things?
I'm trying not to say anything.
What you doing?
It is Amazon. I guess Liska's gonna walk up to it since she's up front.
Yeah, I'm gonna relay what I saw to the party as best as I now can. Putting a decent emphasis on the fact that this might seem like a domesticated creature, and, you know...
Nick gets off. Obviously, like, okay, why we stopped? Huh? What? Oh.
Sneaky. I guess it's
As you approach the Pteranodon, it watches you with these curious, intelligent eyes, but remains calm.
just gonna continue. Liska thinks she can take it if she needs to. And then, yeah, she's just gonna...
fly.
She's gonna kind of come up and look on his back. It's like, so, okay. And she's going to very gently unattach the package.
All right. So you You kind of take off the package. It continues to remain calm. It's you kind of carefully open the leather satchel and you find what looks like a rolled up parchment inside, sealed with a familiar emblem. The brand emblem of Coatl Couture is prominent in the wax. You also see a neat package wrapped in vellum and tied in silk.
Well, now
Let's
we
go,
know
like-
Isn't that the place that some of us got fancy
Yeah.
clothes?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, Liska's gonna kind of like look at it, then look at the. Oh. Jeez.
This goes out like, oh sweet, free towel. Takes it.
Oh wait, hang on. It disappeared. Oh no! Oh dear.
What the fuck, Tanner?
Liska ate the pterodon. As a snack.
That's not supposed to happen.
This is the problem with having them as containers.
Oh, this one's a different color.
Yeah,
But
no,
yeah, we did indeed.
once
just get
once they
out.
deliver their package, they change colors. That's how you know.
Yeah, it's how you know they've successfully delivered.
Yes, make sure you sign the paper.
So you've got you've got a neatly wrapped package and a rolled up scroll.
I mean, do I? Because I never got those.
You should have done.
No,
Says
all I
you-
got was
No.
arm plate robes.
That's the package, but it's the surprise has been spoiled by
There is-
Jander's own UI.
There were three. No, I mean there were 3 items, and it only let me take one before the
Thing
pterodon
disappeared.
disappeared.
Do you have the letter?
I don't think he does.
Just the robes, according to chat.
Oh wait, hold on. Letter to Dejar.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. I guess the thing isn't. So what were the 3? Sorry, what I got arm plate robes, letter to Dejar, and what else?
The other one was the Pteranodon's bite attack, which for some reason was in the item pile.
Oh, sweet, thanks for your teeth.
So, yeah. So I got robes, a letter, and a bite. It's like, yeah.
It
Yeah,
didn't like
wait,
you trying to
hold on.
take the package, so it bit you.
Yeah. Okay, so just the letter and the robes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Liska's just gonna like sit in, kind of look back at the thing and be like, okay. And she's just gonna reach in, grab some like random rations and hold it out. It's like, go away.
Pteranodon snaps it up and takes flight.
I love the fact when Liska said, like, take this and go away.
Oh, there we go.
Oh my god. Highlight of my week.
Way.
Liska's gonna come on back to the group. Like, I get it, looks like it is for Dejar. It is a letter and other things.
Yes.
As always, trade is fuck you.
Throw it on the grass.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah,
In the
those-
mud. Your fancy clean new robes in the mud.
Yeah, Liska's gonna wait until you get right up next to her, and as you hold out your hands, she's gonna throw them in the mud. Yeah. Get fucked,
my
Dejar. Get fucked.
Oh, great.
Prestidigitate that.
And it will be here. Boop.
And this. I love it.
You finally got your robes. Now you can shut up about it.
Never! Fancy.
Every week it's like, oh, my robes are coming.
as you carefully untie the ribbon, unfold the vellum, revealing an opulent robe that takes your breath away. Made from the finest silk, its texture is incredibly smooth and shimmering with this subtle iridescence that catches the light. It's this deep, rich shade of blue. It's trimmed with intricate gold embroidery that runs along the edges and seams, forming these elegant patterns that intertwined serpents and arcane symbols. The stitching is magnificent, each thread placed with meticulous precision. It's the embroidery itself is not merely decorative, but also enchanted. You can see these faint magical runes woven into this design that pulse with this soft, faint golden light. You can also see these thin, light plates made of this sort of bronzish metal, intended for ornamentation rather than protection. They kind of elegantly drape along the shoulders, down the back. Surface polished to a mirror-like finish. So it's a good thing Liska didn't drop it in the drop it in the mud. And they sort of catch the dappled light through the canopy in a way that makes them almost seem to glow with this inner radiance. And you can see 5 enchanted deep pearls affixed to the mantle, across the chest as well. Each one a marvel in its own right. It's definitely specifically designed to fit a mage or a spellcaster with these long, flowing sleeves, high collar that adds a bit an air of regality, and clearly it's been imbued with potent magic.
Oh, hey.
Now, what does it do?
Would you like to tell them?
Yes. So, these robes hold a maximum of 5 charges. Loses all charges daily at dawn. When you cast a spell, first of all higher while wearing these robes, they gain a number of charges equal to the level of the spell. This charge. As a reaction, when a creature hits you with a melee attack, you expend a number of charges. The creature must make a DC 15 Constitution save, take 1d10 damage for each charge expended on a failed save, or half as much as damage on a successful one. Recharge as a reaction, when you fail a Constitution saving throw made to maintain a concentration check on a spell, you expend a number of charges equal to the level of the spell, minimum 1, to reroll the saving throw. So I get ways to keep my concentration, and a fuck you hits me with melee attacks. Basically.
Big kaboom.
Remember though that both of those effects are reaction.
Yep. So I can only use one.
Hey, Jano, you're in the wrong chat again.
Well, also, like, especially with discharge, like if you shield, you still get hit. You can't discharge. So
Yep. So I have to choose wisely. Where's the letter at? You could read the letter though, Jenner.
Sure. A letter to Dejar. To the esteemed Dejar. I hope this letter finds you well. It is with great pleasure that I present to you the Oran plate robe you commissioned, now complete and imbued with the finest enchantments Coatl Couture can offer. The midnight blue silk, adorned with intricate gold embroidery, is woven with rune gold thread to enhance your magical abilities. The metal plates, also crafted from rune gold, add a regal touch. The deep pearls you acquired from the to engulf amplify your spells and offer protection. given the current rune gold trade embargo, obtaining this precious material has been a challenge. My frustration with this embargo is immense, but your assistance has been invaluable in overcoming these obstacles. The robe is a testament to our collaboration and the melding of our skills and resources. May it bring you great fortune and success in your endeavors. Thank you for entrusting me with this commission. Should you require further garments of distinction, please do not hesitate to contact me. With warm regards, Lady Tilak, Master Seamstress of the Coatl Couture.
Yay. I will slowly attune to this robe while you're traveling.
Alright, you head back onto the road. There's Dejar.
Gotta put it on first, by the way.
I know, I put it on. I'm saying I'm attuning to it too. So yeah.
So you're just gonna change clothes in the middle of the open, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna put the robe on. I already have
Dijar
another.
gets the package, immediately strips down and changes clothes in front of, without a word.
You guys make this so difficult.
I'm sorry we expected you to know how to wear clothes.
Whoosh.
Alright.
Put on a jacket.
She doesn't know how to wear pants. How would she know how to wear clothes?
So let's see, how many days are you travelling here? Map of Tanzia.
Don't know, but for the sake of note, Jenner, around about lunchtime in the day, maybe a little after, I do Icon.
Alright. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4 days of travel. Okay.
Fancy. That's a lot of crafting time.
Oh yeah, we've had 4 days of travel.
All
Is
right,
that
we
just
need
since
to
the last
do-
session?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's from this. Yeah, from just after receiving the robe, you'll get 4 days of travel. And let's see here. Ah, yes, you.
Oh, hell yeah.
You want to do some gathering?
Yes.
Liska's
I have
already on it.
4 days
It's-
worth. So I
Alright.
need 6 more.
Okay.
More of that, please,
Hang
Liska.
on, one second.
Gold is very valuable.
Yeah, she casually just comes back like, oh, I happen to find
Okay,
this
so-
gold ore.
Hold the fuck up. 23 is bones, but 14 is gold ore.
It is a flat DC, and then it randomizes what I find.
Ah,
Okay,
okay. I was
so-
about to say that's a very skewed scale.
So, question. Because if you look in the gathering there's tool and equipment requirements. Just in the future, I'd like to suggest that Liska find the appropriate tools to gather ore.
She had a pick.
Does she? Oh, does she already have a pick?
Let me check. And if
If she
not,
doesn't,
she
Vellum
has very magical gear that could. Where would we look for that shit? It would just be tools.
We can share.
There you go. Angus has a minus pick that he can give you if you want.
Sure.
Yep.
There you go.
Throw it on the ground.
I think Vellum might have one as well, but yeah.
All right, so that's for the
Wow.
first day. Oh wait, no, that's 4 hours. There you go. I've given another one.
Crunkin.
Wow.
Oh dear. Actually, you know what? Considering your background, I'll give you advantage on this.
Alright, don't roll another 4. Let's go. Well, I mean, there is a 4. Blank.
It's not letting me, even though there's like, you need to get rid of these charges, Janner. You just need to trust us to roll when we need to.
All right. Okay.
So, oh, wait. No, okay. Then
Attempts per day. That's 1 attempt per day. 4 hours. So 2,
In the
3.
morning.
Yeah. So I've done 2. 2 more.
Well, I mean, I want to do different things like creature components and stuff like
gotcha,
that.
Gotcha. So,
So good.
there you go.
Okay, so that's day 2.
Damn.
Start of day 3.
Oh, cringe, iron.
The end of day 3.
I guess it could be made.
Start
at
of day 4.
Light is a little bit more valuable.
And the end of
For the
day
right
4.
people.
There you go.
And that is Liska's.
Nice.
She don't gather.
I'm just plead Angus and Vellum. I just sees Arn and Led. One will probably be excited, one will be just disgusted.
4.
And I guess with so just as kind of a odd or like a mock here, like could I say that Liska goes out and she brings back like she got ivory, but she also brought back like the meat or something of the animal that she got it from,
okay,
or
okay.
like with the claw, like she has furs, like she got fur earlier. I think it was yesterday, quote unquote, like before we camped
Yeah. Okay.
in the circle.
I'll say.
Like it,
Just make me one more survival check. This is not going to be high DC, considering it's Liska.
sure.
And depending on the DC, you might get some larger meat.
Oh, I just did a normal roll. I didn't do a gathering roll.
Oh no, it's
You want me-
yeah, just a normal survival check.
Okay, then yeah, 23.
23. Oh. I'll say. Yeah, you managed to gather the meat of. I'll say. Yeah, some Ceratops meat. Why not?
Yes.
I'll say 5 pounds of Ceratops meat. There you go.
Hey guys, I found the Ceratops. It was just wandering around behind it.
I just found this freshly cut meat just lying around, and I was like, this has to be good, right?
Hell yeah.
All right. Okay, I will say, yeah, we go ahead and bring it back over to the camp.
Yeah.
As it comes towards night time, as you all begin your various watches, as the jungle night fills with the usual symphony of sounds, distant calls of nocturnal creatures, rustling leaves, chirping insects, the camp itself remains peaceful. The campfire crackles softly, casting its warm glow over the area.
I was gonna find Angus. What is Angus doing right now?
Angus is on his tower. In the last few days, he has been making runes, and you would be going on, what is this, the 4th day?
Yep, this will be the 4th day after you've since the I'll say yeah, this will be the 4th day since you stopped at Shrine.
Perfect.
Nice.
So I'm just going to do these. I'm going to have my buddy be helping me. But Angus has been coming in, and he's in the bottom part of the tower itself, where all the crafting is. And he's been working on a series of major runes that he has laid out in front of him. And you can see he's there toiling away with his very fine, detailed runecrafter's tools. The advanced one with the little spinny mechanisms to make things slower, more accurate if he needs to. And he's just, at the moment, disarmored, but relaxing, taking his time on this work. When you come in, he sets his little pitcher of coffee to the side and turns to you. Oh, hello, lass.
Yes, the artist has been wondering about those tablets we've got from the Dragon Artist tomb. One's about metal. Yeah, those.
Let's see. As he rifles aside and he begins to pull out a series of different stone tablets that have been carefully stacked away on the tower. Ah, the different materials. Let's see, would you happen to mean these? As he pulls out the set of tablets that he possesses regarding the creation of, let's see, in giant adamantine and pyre steel and in quillinite.
Yes, I like this. Try and get your eye. He starts talking, but then kind of trails off for a bit.
What just happened?
The fire got put out.
I want to figure out how this works, along with using this spell fabricate, along with another idea. I want to have time to get it to work. How many things how do you get this? She stops for a moment, just putting down her book. How do you get fabricate to work? Because I had some wood and I wanted to make a chest, and I went to cast the spell and it didn't work. So I'm confused.
Do you have fabricate? Is it one that you've come to memorize and learn and know? Or are you trying
yeah.
to experiment with it?
I have fabricate. I'm trying to get to spell to work. I've never used this spell, so I don't know its implications.
He slaps his knee. Well, I'll be damned. I had no clue you knew that spell. As you said, I've never seen you use it.
Well,
Have you known it this whole time, lass, or did you recently find it in one of your dusty tomes of ancient knowledge?
Let's see, he counts on the fingers. I recently, probably a week back, played in. I just never saw I used to use it, and I'm trying to use it. And look, I am confused on how to make use of this. Fireball, here, I could, in a room, bad skeletons.
He immediately looks around the dimensions of this room. Not in this one, lass.
No.
Winks.
Type of thing, yes, but control water, easy, fine, can do that. This, it tells I can make something, but I can't make something. I tried and explain. Because having the knowledge and using it into application is entirely two different things. And I'm confused. Being smart is one thing.
Well, you see, lass, an important thing to understand is Fabricate's grand because it lets you make very basic things with what's around you. Should you come to work on, say, something that requires more complexity, like your chest with all of its hinges and carefully carved wooden planks and lacquered and cared for, that's when you get into something complex enough that you have to know how to make the item. Something that wasn't explained to me quite well is Fabricate does not make what you tell it to. It makes what you think in your mind. But if in your mind's eye, you can't go through all of the steps of making that item. For example, are you an accomplished woodcrafter?
No.
Then, without the aid of magic, would you be able to make all those planks and build that chest yourself?
He just fiddles with her claws a bit, not looking. No.
No shame, lass, no shame. Then, you couldn't make it with the magic. The magic doesn't let you do something that you normally could not. It lets you do what you're excellent at quicker. That's all it is.
So,
Next time you try the spell, try this. What's something that you can do with all of your transmutation-y, alchemy, potion skills?
I can refine ore to make it to bars.
The next time you try to fabricate, hold on, I've got something around here. Let me just, he's searching through his bag, and he's pushing some stuff over on the shelves and trying to find something in his chest. Here. Let's try with this. Do you have a moment now?
Yes.
He holds out a chunk of iron ore. Here's a raw ingredient. Is this what you normally use to turn into bars?
Yes.
Good. I want you... Well, do you have the magical energy to cast the spell? I know it's quite taxing for me.
I have it. It's fine. I haven't been staying up like you with all that coffee yet.
Hey, I'll be fair, lass. It's good coffee.
No, I'm just saying I haven't done it yet.
Well, he gestures to the side where he has 4 major runes already built. It's quite nice being able to double time. This is just what I've been able to do during the day. During the nights I've been reading. Anywho's. Start channeling your magic. I don't know how you do it, but I visualize and manifest things through my beliefs of what has been and what will be. I hear you have to, with your types of magic, more understand how they come to be. Whatever works for you. When you were to try and normally cast the spell.
He's a about to go say something, then she stops for a minute. I break it down into its basic components, then reconstruct it in something refined. It's the best, and I hate saying dumbed down way of me saying it, how my process goes. I can
That's a good way of looking at it, then. Try that. Try thinking about that and imagine using your tools in breaking down the ore into its base elements, using all of your liquids and oils and beakers and whatnot to render it the way you envision it. Think the steps in the process, the actions you would take, what careful temperature or ratios you must keep in balance. Imagine you are doing it yourself with your tools, but the magic holds the tools instead of your hands.
Right. Okay. He gets the go through her. Let me use that one or the one I have. Your is not sure.
Here, go ahead.
Okay. And she takes the iron ore. And there it is. Going to fabricate, matching a lot of vials, liquids, basically our advanced alchemist setup to deconstruct it from a liquid, from a solid to a liquid, and from a liquid back to a solid.
And what are you making with that?
Voice mod.
Oh no, Grandma's back.
Oh no. And what are you making with fabricate on this iron ore?
I just want to make a refined iron bar, like I would normally do with I had a gold ore. I would just make it a refined bar.
So, utilizing this spell, you begin to weave this incantation with this this intricate set of alchemy tools surrounding you. You weave this crystalline sigil in the air, with the iron ore kind of floating right in the center of it, and you channel it through. You begin to disintegrate it into its dust particulates, channeling it through the alchemy setup. You weave the intricate magics of your crystalline your
Conduit.
Sorry?
Crystalline conduit, like focus.
Yeah. Your crystalline conduit, you channel the magic through that. And there's this scintillating light as it travels through this alchemy setup. As it comes to the end point, you watch as this dust begins to recongeal itself. And you watch as these faint crystal formations begin to form around it as it seems to reconstitute itself into a solid form. A neat and glistening, shining metal ingot.
He finished concentrating on the spell, feeling the weight of the bar. Her face has a thin smile, but her eyes are just sparkling like stars. Ha! Did it? You did it. Wait a minute.
At the last, you did it. See?
The moment then her eyes just dart to and fro like, wait a minute. Oh, I can get more done. Yes.
There you go, see?
Okay. Many thanks for this. So, what is
This might just be the dwarf in me. But magic isn't an easy way out. It's no shortcut. Magic just lets you do what you know faster and better than your hands may let you. And he holds up his hands, and you can see the consistent and obvious shake and tremor. Not one from coffee, but one you might have noticed in maybe seniors. And he has that constant shake to his hands whenever he holds them up. But as he goes and he channels his own little bit of magic to try and begin to pull material out of an ingot or out of metal using this, his hands may shake, but the spell follows a much more meticulous motion. It's not about what your body does, but what your mind knows how to. You are creating something that is a vision in your mind's eye. You are making what you already can in a way that transcends you to find the more important part. Then he goes to touch, like, on the chest by the heart, and then up on the mind. To you. Does it make sense, lass?
It makes sense now that I'm thinking about it. Yes. Okay, so that I'm getting the grasp of that. Cool. I think that's the word. Is that the word? Whatever. What do you need to make these metals? These Pyrosteel and Aquilinite. Exactly.
Let's see. As he pulls it out. We'll start with the acrylamide. Let me see. Silver, along with essences of frost and water.
Hold on. He has like 10 motes of frost. I can part with 10 and still be feared. Worry about it. Come on.
What?
Things are freezing.
I caught nothing like that. You're very quiet.
I'm talking.
I've got you turned all the way up to like 200%, and I can barely hear you.
Same, I think Disco's just being a fuck.
It is. I'm. Fucking damn it. Everything's locking up on me for some reason.
Maybe you could turn up just Discord using the volume mixer on your computer.
I'm gonna try that.
No, I'm a janitor.
Alright.
You might have to turn everything else down at the same time, but...
No.
It could be Discord auto adjusting again.
I don't know. I can hear the spice just fine.
Yeah, same.
Hmm.
Yeah, y'all
But,
suck.
But I also have my volume up very high, and then I just turn everything down. So I have more range.
I have everything normal as a baseline.
Okie dokie. Right, so essentially, Yara will be taking 10 vials of Malt of Frost, sitting down in front of Angus for at least. Do you need a malt, or do you need. But just before he even begins, do you need a malt or an essence?
For which now?
Quillinite.
Essences.
Right, give me 10 minutes. And
Okay.
he will. And with a deft hand and knowing the arcane, open all 10 bottles, each malt out, and magically try and force them together to form an essence of frost.
All right. So there's no check with this on the crafting thing. It's literally just
Yep.
Yep.
Fabricate.
Mm-hmm.
And where'd you go?
Also, January I sent you a DM.
Check.
Where the hell did you go? Ooh, I hate this. Okay, I'll just say that during those 10 minutes, you see Jar forcefully make a essence of frost and pop it in one of the vials to make sure it doesn't dissipate real quick. There you go. What else was it? Silver?
Silver and essence of water. And then we need 10 pounds of silver, by the way.
It's either an essence of frost or an essence of water.
Ah, one or the other. There we go. But we need 10 pounds of silver. It'll take me
Okay.
2 days.
He looks in there. 10 pounds. Okay, so I'm gonna have to expedite fabricate to liquidate Electrum to get some more silver. Is
Lass,
I couldn't. Yes.
you remember when we would take things and turn it into silver and turn it into the fancy bars?
Oh, right. Yes.
How about we start doing that again, huh?
Oh, yeah. That'd be great.
At least enough to make, the 10 pounds of silver.
That or 10 pounds of gold, or whatever. Oh, don't look his tongue tied. Just tongue just lolls out for a minute. You still need to do the rune gold.
I've done a little bit of rune gold. I can do
So-
more if we need it.
Considering, I had a plan to deal with my bounty in the probably near future. Rune gold will be nice. We can work on that off and on, or whatever you need first. But if we can alternate between projects, I guess.
Hey,
In the base.
works for me.
All right then. So, shall we pan over to Velum and Liska if they have
Yes.
anything else to say?
Or
Maybe good.
It's your choice.
I'm down.
Sure. Yeah, Liska's going to. Sorry, I'm organizing my inventory because I have so many bags and nothing in them.
Whose fault is that?
Well, not mine right now because I've changed it. So, yeah, she's like, okay, so don't need anything in bag of holding right now. But metals. And so she's going to. Oh, oof, the game's lagging a bit. There we go. Let's open. Yeah. So she's going to kind of reach into her bag of holding, just pull out a smaller bag, just a normal bag, not an interdimensional bag.
Bags within bags.
Yep. And she's like, okay, so. And she is going to just casually. It's like, okay, so I found this one, like this kind of oddly heavy one, and she pulls out lead ore. It's like in this one, which I'm pretty sure is gold. She puts out gold ore. This one, which looks like dirty silver, and she pulls out zinc. This one, which looks like rust, but I think that means it's iron, and she pulls out iron. And this one, which was just extremely shiny, and she pulls out a thing of platinum ore.
Ooh.
It's like, so, and I have a few of the other ones, like I have a few of the gold ones and the heavy ones and stuff like
Velum's
that.
gonna look over the ores, and he's gonna point more towards lead and zinc. I think was the lead and zinc. I think thou might make more use out of that stuff. I don't really see how I'd need it. Angus could probably use the iron, and I could turn the rest into something useful, valuable. So these definitely do help everyone.
Good to know. Yes, do you want these more than the animal parts?
Got a good amount of animal bits for now, and unlike them, metals can be used for a lot more things. So, yeah, if you had a choice, ores over bits.
Okay. Will do. I've got, I think I've come back with enough meat for Angus anyways. Oh, which I do have to... Oh, he's talking with the jar. Never mind. I'll give it to Owen.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd be thrilled.
But, okay. Yeah. And I also have a couple of other things that I picked up when no one was looking. Like, yeah, I have a lot because people just don't pay attention and they don't pick up interesting things.
I mean, if we miss it, it's good to know somebody's catching the things we don't.
Yep, I am very perceptive, perhaps the most perceptive here.
Well, some of us just get tunnel vision.
But okay, if I happen across anything that I think warrants keeping, like animal-wise, I will do that. But I guess I will look out for more ore or anything of that nature.
Velum's looking momentarily distracted, like from the start of that sentence to now. Hang on. Let me. He just sort of gets into his smith satchel, rummages about, and pulls out an ingot of Aquilonite. And he just puts it against his neck.
It is.
You were struggling with the heat as well, right?
Wait, what just happened?
He put a bar of metal to his neck and then just out of the blue asked, "You were also struggling with it, right?"
I mean, sort of, kind of. Like, it doesn't bother me, I think, as much as other people, but again, when it does, that's why I usually have this. And she'll, like, touch the cleansing stone to herself, and all the sweat and grime disappears off her, and due to just how physics work, she gets cool.
You sort of just try popping that in your armor. You just like tosses her the fucking ingot. And it is noticeably cool to the touch, as it has been described to me.
It is like a bag of ice against the skin.
Probably not the best use for a ancient magical metal, but fuck it. And he gets one himself, and like, cause he's got his like the front of his breastplate like hung open, like it's just sort of tilted forward. He just puts the ingot in there and then closes, get it against.
I feel like, like, given like how fitted her armor is, I don't think she'll have enough room for an ingot. But she's
Yeah.
like, it's like,
Well,
well,
doesn't know that. He didn't make the
understand.
fucking thing.
But he could see it on her. Anyway, she's like, well, I mean, this is interesting, but you know what? This actually reminds me. She hands it back to him, and she's gonna pull out a permafrost shard that they found in the Frost Temple,
Oh, right.
and which are permanent cold ice,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot smaller than
Yeah.
full ingots. And she's going to just kind of, yeah. How would you do this? Like, you
I don't know,
do, you do. Messed up. I'm just kidding. It doesn't fucking matter.
It's not messed
You
up.
do jewelry, yes? Could you make like
yeah.
a necklace out of this? Out of these? And she holds up the shards. Just something small, like just to hold them around.
I could give it a go. Never worked with this before. I don't even really know what that is.
It was the shards that we like. I guess I am the most perceptive one. Remember when we were in the temple fighting the ice giants?
Oh no, I know what they are. I just assumed that was magic shit, and I left it to everyone else.
They are magic, but they're cult.
Hmm.
I mean, the metal you just gave me was magic.
I guess, yeah. All right, I'll take a look at one. You can keep the rest of them for now, but I'll see what I can do with it. Like, you know, see what its makeup is, and if I can attach anything to it, and see how it works with other metals, shit like that.
I mean, just make like a little, just string them on a chain, like cage them.
Well, some metals don't like being colder. They get more brittle and, or maybe less flexible, and I can just see what works best with it.
Okay.
Thank you kindly. I'll let you know once I've had a gander. And you'll just take one of the permafrost shards.
All right. I will say, for like the sake of ease, making something that goes around the neck that kind of holds this permafrost shard, it's not going to be difficult. It's literally just like if you want something real simple, it's just taking a bit of string, tying it around the permafrost shard, tying it around the back.
Yeah,
of
but
the
that would be
neck.
lazy.
Or you could do a dual crafter's tools check with it.
Yeah, I'll figure something out.
Sure.
Like,
I'm just gonna
Valon's
make a
basically
point.
gonna-
You could do the exact same thing, but with some pretty chain.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make a point here and mention that do not put this directly to your skin.
Yeah, Valon's learning that lesson currently.
I mean, Liska's gonna be fine.
That's
He
cool.
has fur. He's fine. The
Oh
Velum, on the
no,
other
she has resistance to cold. Like,
Yeah,
Vellum
no.
does. It's at that point, like, as he sort of plucks that, puts it away, and then there's a pause. Okay, this is starting to hurt a little bit now. He takes the ingot out of his breastplate. Not on the
Liska-
skin.
Okay. I was about to say.
Yeah, Liska just watches him go and just shakes her
Carefully,
head.
not just yank it.
Yeah. You would feel it kind of starting to cling to the skin a bit.
Yeah, not on the skin. Lesson learned.
Don't put your tongue against the frozen pole.
He's just got icicles on his chest now.
Well, he
Right.
wanted to be cold, so he got it.
I mean, it's awkward end result, but he got there in the end.
Okay. So I guess you're having Ceratops Ceratops stew for dinner then, for your evening meal.
I mean, possibly. She doesn't know what Angus has planned, but she will, like, after he's done with the jar, just be like, oh, hey, I happen to find some Ceratops, some good cuts of Ceratops meats, if you want to use them. If not, I do have them in my hunter's keep bag, so they won't spoil or anything.
There's just that fucking audible sound as he gets his cleaver and just draws it out. Ceratops meat, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. May I see it?
Sorry. Player was, like, a little taken aback, but just go with
By the lip smack.
Yeah. Slightly off-putting. Yeah, she's going to reach in and pull out...
Sorry.
No, you're good. Pull out
It's
some...
good, his character, it's funny.
It's, yeah, she would, like... Nah, she wouldn't have that. So yeah, she's just gonna pull out just 5 cut flanks of Ceratops meat. It's like, I tried to get where they're, given what I have seen of it, I try to get the fattiest parts.
You're just kind of looking at it. Oh, the fatty part's the best part. He's just examining carefully. I'm having all of my food. I had so much food.
Is it in your chef bag?
There you go, chef.
No.
Strange, it should automatically go in there.
Yeah, for some reason not. So all of my various food items, I just have a little bit that's in my consumables, but that's
odd.
not
Hang
all
on.
the things I have.
Let me check.
Interesting.
I'll figure that out. I'll figure that out after the game.
Not a problem. I'll work with what I've got. I don't know what I got this from. Save on the huge egg and see if it becomes something. I will find a way to make us a worthwhile Ceratops meat. That's a herbivore, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Say type of herbivore. There's many different types of Ceratops.
There are no carnivorous Ceratops.
Triceratops, the Duoceratops, the Quadceratops.
Damn, I love my potatoes and shit. I was gonna link some things, but I'll work with what I got. I guess we're having fucking Ceratops meat with beets, cabbage.
It's you just scroll down your inventory, you'd see it's all in food and drink.
No, strange. I guess it just didn't go in the bag.
It's not.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
The
My
Oh,
it is much longer than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
Oh,
she
I have
said.
more food than I ever thought.
What is this? This? I have more food. Huh? What?
I could put a Keelanite under a pillow.
All right, so
That's,
yeah,
that's not the fancy shit.
if you want to go ahead and Constitution saving throw.
Constitution.
Someone take your Aquilonite table from under your pillow and put a power of steel there.
I would start a fire. That.
No, just to keep it warm.
Why is my head hot? His face is on fire. Pillow erupts in flames.
May your pillows forever stay warm and sweaty.
So,
There we go. That should be
Everyone
enough.
enjoys a warm
alright,
pillow.
lovely. So, combination of truffles, potatoes, leeks, peppers, carrots, tomatoes, stegosaur meats, and also some ceratops meat in there, thrown for good measure. With a 30, it is a divine meal.
I gotta be careful not to kill our friend with refeeding syndrome.
Food's so good. Koba. No, wait, wake up.
You just got him back.
Yeah, well, that's what Revivify's for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Food's so
Oh,
good.
that makes-
He put the Koba.
That actually makes me want.
Beaties.
Wait, can you bypass the raise dead debuff by killing them and revivifying them?
Oh god, that's fucked. We're not doing that.
Oh, that's
I would believe.
I mean,
no,
if you want to wait another
for the
time,
reason that Revivify brings you back as you were, including any statuses, poisons, and shit like that.
yeah.
So, as you all hunker down for the evening with your delicious meal, you all begin to head to your respective sleeping areas, unless there's anything else you want to do today.
9.
All right.
I think we're good.
Yep.
It's at the moment, Sayun, while you're on watch with Angus, you hear this faint clatter from his tent.
From his tent?
From his tent, as you're all kind of at your respective sleeping areas. Go ahead and put yourselves wherever you're sleeping.
Currently, I have no idea
As
where
we
my token
talked
is.
before.
You're over here.
I just see a white.
That's because you haven't got yourself
I had
selected.
to refresh.
Yeah,
The white box
Why
is
do
the
I
errors.
want
Yeah,
Velen?
I had to
after
refresh.
he's been
Oh, so it's
logging people in. So, Angus be crafting, or is tonight a night where he's not crafting?
Tonight's he's spending the night because he slept the previous before we left. He's just reading his book. He's got a stool or something propped up on the top of the tower. He's reading by the light in the middle.
In that case,
He only has the top half breastplate.
So
It was kind of from what we said before.
whereabouts is Sayun on watch?
By the fire, just generally looking around. Also, somebody moved me again.
No longer me. I can't do that.
You're right
Nope.
here.
Yeah, but I was facing the tent. Anyway,
I realized the tent was
hearing the rustle from the tent itself, Sao is gonna be a little puzzled and sort of call out to Angus over the earring. Angus, are you in your tent?
No, I'm up in me tower reading me book.
Because something is rustling in your tent.
Huh?
I'm going to check it out. Maybe come down and check with me because I'm not sure if this is a good idea.
You approach. You
We
listen
will join.
go ahead and make a perception check. 20.
Again, passive.
Go ahead and drag Angus down.
Good old passives.
The worst part is I can currently see something moving inside the tent.
Ooh.
You listen more intently.
Intently.
And you hear what sounds like chirping and chirruping, accompanied by the sound of claws scraping against the ground. The noises are oddly synchronized, like they're communicating.
Last time we had that kind of ordeal, we almost got brainwashed. Yeah, so I was gonna... Clearly, from Angus' view, you can see that she is readying her hand cannon and shield. She's getting ready to fight something as she's slowly approaching.
You focus on the tent, trying to discern what could be causing the disturbance. And as you approach, there is this bolt of swift movement as something darts out from underneath the flap of the tent and into the tall grass, disappearing into the jungle.
I'm not gonna shoot at it.
Okay.
Mostly out of fear that I'm gonna light shit on fire accidentally. As wet as this place might be, I am not taking that chance.
Dragon's breath rounds. And seeing that, something busts out. Angus is going to... Oh, okay. Something's there, and in my tent. It sounds like it could be animals. And he will begin clamoring loudly as he goes in, rattling his hammer as he jumps through the threshold, trying to shock whatever is in there.
All right. As you bolt through and you lift the tent flap, the scene inside is one of utter chaos. Pots and pans are just scattered everywhere. Leftovers from last night's meal strewn about. You can see... Yeah, you can see cabinets... cabinets are open, their contents spilled across the floor. And in your dark vision you see a swarm of bipedal creatures as the light turns on. You can see they're no more than a foot or tall, kind of darting around the tent. Tiny dinosaurs covered in scaly green skin are just shamelessly bold, fighting over scraps of food. Their large, curious eyes kind of glint in the light as they just delve into every nook and cranny, searching for anything edible or shiny. Some creatures are kind of making off with bits of silverware, shiny objects clutched in their tiny claws as they scurry around. The scene is just absolutely chaotic, with the small dinosaurs kind of chirping and squabbling around others' findings. One of them kind of pulls out a hanging pot, causing it to clang loudly against the ground, startling its companions and sending them into a flurry of movement. Few dinosaurs tussle over one particularly large piece of leftover meat, each pulling in different directions until one kind of loses its grip and tumbles backwards, knocking over a stack of plates. Another dinosaur finds a shiny spoon, proudly holds it aloft in its jaws like a trophy, only for it to be just stolen away by another companion who sort of darts away with the prize. One tries to climb into a cabinet, only for the door to swing shut, leaving it stuck with its legs flailing in the air. Another one kind of manages to get its head into a pot, kind of getting it stuck, running blindly, kind of bumping into other dinosaurs, causing this chain reaction of collisions and squeaky protests.
If the
I have-
ruckus didn't wake anyone up, Angus yelling, "My nice pewters!" and the like will probably wake the group up as he is screaming at these things and bussing at them and chasing around in circles like a fool.
I
And
have something I want to do.
and on that note, we'll
Yes.
end it there.
Oh, come on!
Come on, Ducky.
What did Dougie
Can we let
wanna
Ducky do what Ducky wants to do?
Yeah. All right, go ahead. What do you want to do?
Sarah's gonna tell Angus to shut his eyes, and I'm gonna do Gem of Brightness with the cone blinding effect to just blitz everything.
Okay, so that will probably start initiative. So we're gonna come back to that next session.
Bet.
He will cover his eyes. You briefly see the flash of the bones of his hands.
Oh, that's the door.
I got a Gem of Brightness, and I'm gonna fucking use it.
There you go.
All right.
Well, question before we stop.
Mhm.
Was the Angus yelling enough to actually wake us up?
I imagine it was
Yes.
pretty loud.
Okay, so we're starting the encounter awake. That's the important.
Yeah, you're just gonna fucking hear no.
You know, I'm glad I'm in the wagon tonight. It's kind of worked out. I
Also,
just went in there on a nostalgic whim.
A key thing to remember: he's gonna likely wake you up, but you don't have to join the encounter per se. The only thing I'm doing currently is just trying to blitz them to scare them off.
Oh yeah, but Felon doesn't know that. All he hears is screaming.
And on that note, we'll end it there.
Chaos.
These cute little dinosaurs. Chaos. Chaos.
Oh,
chaos.
you don't underestimate them. They will fuck you up.
Hey, look, if they're anything like fucking the kobolds, too many in one place is not a good thing.
And
I was expecting